There's a lot of people that mistake listening for their soul for listening to their thoughts. Your thoughts are not your soul. Your thoughts aren't even yours. If you want to think of human beings as being trees upon earth, except we're cell phone towers, and us as cell phone towers, we're constantly picking up signals. All the time, we are picking up signals. And we confuse our thoughts with who we are and what we want and what we desire. And there's a fine line in this paradoxical aspect of earth, because the thoughts aren't ours. They're always floating by, and we are a receiver, and we choose which ones we grasp onto and which ones we allow to float by. Ideally, they should all kind of float by, right? However, there's also this aspect where the thoughts that come from your soul, those ones are yours, but not necessarily yours, but they are yours in the sense that God has placed certain things within your soul that can appear as thoughts. And if those things are eating at you and nagging at you and begging you to look at them, those are the ones that belong to you. Those are the ones you want to focus on. I often, anytime I find myself with a new friendship or connection, even therapists, it's like, where do you start with trying to share the thoughts that are coming through? Because for someone like me and someone like you, because if you're watching this video, this is definitely for you, because that's how the energy of the universe works. But we have so many thoughts going through all the time because we're able to be tuned into multiple layers of dimensions and insights and the unseen. So we are constantly interpreting a lot more information than the average person. And when I say me and we, I mean people that are capable of understanding the unseen, people that are capable of awakening to what is happening on this planet energetically and dimensionally, people that are keen to understanding what consciousness is and how it creates our life. Our life is created from us, not happening to us. So if any of this sounds like your interest, this channel is called Awaken with Deb. I'm Deborah Kaye, and these are channeled messages that I allow to come through in at the moment. I don't pre-script them, and it's never AI. Always authenticity. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to help me out, to help you out, to help the world out. There was a time in my childhood where I had really big dreams. Those really big dreams, I knew that I didn't have dreams of a family, because having a dream of a family would mean that having those big dreams wouldn't come to fruition. And guess what happened? I ended up with a family. So just because your dreams don't work out how you think they're going to work out, they do always work out. And those having that family prepared me for the dreams to be bigger and better than I had even imagined. I didn't even know exists. A lot of the life that I've had, I could not even have imagined in my wildest dreams that I would have lived if I tried. And somehow, and here I am in a beautiful, magical situation. And that's why I share this information on here, is to, I don't want to say give hope, because hope is, I don't like the word hope. Hope entails that you hope it will happen. No, you have to know it's going to happen. You have to, that is part of the game, is knowing it's going to happen. And then when we talk about the noise of our thoughts and how they don't belong to us, and our soul being much quieter, how do you differentiate between the noisy thoughts and the real ones that are from God and from your soul? And that is where meditation comes into play. And not necessarily like sitting down going, oh, right? Like, there are many different types of meditation. There's breathing exercises, there's moving meditations, there's even getting a massage as a meditation. Something as simple as getting a shampoo done while you get a haircut. Pay the extra money and have them wash and shampoo your hair. Because just that sensation of them rubbing your head and having the water flow over and just relaxing for 5 minutes, whatever it takes for the conditioner, they probably don't sit that long. Like maybe ask them, hey, if it's worth your time, couple extra bucks, can I just sit here for a few extra minutes as it dries? Or, you don't have to go to that extent. Most people don't have the social capacity to talk to people in that way. And I say that openly because it's very true. Majority of people that I see in day-to-day life are hiding in a shell. They're I heard an analogy. So I've never believed that our physical appearance is calories in and calories out, how much exercise you do. It is mindset and it is belief and it is how you feel about yourself emotionally. It is how you speak to yourself on a soul level. And it is how you take care of your body, but it's not in a shameful way or obsessive way or anything like that. There is a multidimensional layered system here that is important to pay attention to and recognize. And that's a whole different video. But the stillness of your soul is any time that you can shut out the running of those thoughts. What does that even mean? Sometimes, have you ever just met someone you click with and you just want to run with all your thoughts of all the things? Those are the thoughts you just need to chill. Ask yourself how important they really are, right? And sometimes people will find the state of flow through creative and artistic endeavors or athletic endeavors. Sometimes even at your place of employment, if you have a project that just goes really smoothly and like everything aligns and you don't have any kinks and you get this sense of accomplishment, that is in a way syncing up to the alignment of your soul. And those moments of alignment with the soul, that's when you listen. That's when you hear the stillness of the soul. Yoga is a good moving meditation, but a lot of times people are still too focused on the physical aspect of yoga. Am I doing the pose right? This pose hurts. Am I stretching in? Is she done? Are we moving on to the next pose? Like there's a way to do yoga in a sense that it brings you to the stillness. I mean, yoga means to yoke, to come, to join the mind and the body and the soul into one. It's been 5 years since I've done my certification, so continued education is important, and that has not been my path. Anyways, but as a yoga teacher, there are times that I witness people being too into the pose and not diving into what is the pose telling them on the inside. Is your back stiff because, or do you have pain in your back because maybe you are carrying too much weight, or maybe you feel like someone has stabbed you in the back? What emotional weight are you carrying? A lot of the fluff on our bodies is us just waiting around to be ourselves. And the longer we wait around to be ourselves, the more weight that packs on to our material being in our existence. When people say that they have a glow up after a divorce or a breakup, I mean, it goes, a lot of that is because they feel the freedom to be themselves and the weight just melts off. The freedom to go to the gym when they want. Sometimes people don't have the freedom of a schedule to do the things they want to do when they want to do them. It's a very underrated ability. And that's just, people with kids, people without kids. The moment you have a literal human being responsible for you, then you feel like every single mistake is you literally are responsible for someone else's life. And every mistake that you make reflects into another human being's life. And that's real. That's real fear. I see some people that talk about fear in the adventure world, and I'm not sure what they have to lose, but I know it's a different fear for those that have a lot to lose, that other people lose out on because of their absence. And I've seen it. I've seen parents cross over to the other side. So, with that said, I could have ended this video a whole 2 minutes ago without saying all that. But everything is always said when it needs to be said, as it needs to be said. Because that's the channel, that's the openness channel that I provide here on this channel, is the openness for the right words at the right time. And a lot of the time, those words, I will literally be thinking of a certain word and planning my next sentence, and something different will come out through the throat chakra. It's weird. It's channeling. So if you're around for this video, it's absolutely is a message in there for you. And it was 11:11 somewhere when I started saying that. So it's absolutely for you if that resonates with you. Generally, we aren't able to witness those things that we aren't at the vibration level of. So if you're watching these channels of awakening and self-development and remembering who you are at a soul level and trying to listen to your soul over the noise of all the external thoughts that are just constantly floating through, I guess just the next time you share a thought, pause. This is your homework. There's little Easter egg homeworks in all the videos at this point that if you pay attention, there's Easter egg homework. Easter egg homework. Before you share a thought through a text, at work, with a group of people, with anyone, pause and ask yourself, why are you sharing? Is it necessary to share? Is it helpful to share? Beneficial to share? What response are you wanting to get out of it? Is it just to fill the silence? Are you actually looking for information and connection? Or sometimes there's just clutter. And that's where the awareness, awakening to the awareness of our language and mental clutter comes into play. Awaken to the awareness of the mental clutter. And that will allow you to listen to the stillness that is your soul, because that's where you're going to find a lot of answers. So, with that said, this channel is Awaken with Deb, and I am Deborah Kaye. Have a blessed day.